Great job, Justin Herbert. Amazing performance today. Big time game, big playoff game. Rose up to the occasion, balled the hell out, and just played an amazing game. 4 interceptions, 4 picks in a playoff game. 0-2 all time in 5 years in the playoffs. Getting like 4 coaches fired, a bunch of coordinators fired. Good on you, Justin. Good on you, Justin Herbert. I mean, you're great. You're so great. I'm obviously fucking kidding if you could not already tell. Justin Herbert fucking sucks. This guy is not a franchise quarterback. And I already know why people are defending him. I'm just not going to say it. I have no reason to say it because I already know the main defense for this guy. I'm not going to say it because no quarterback should have to ever be put in a hypothetical situation that doesn't exist and will never exist in reality to be any good. He is literally Mr. Hypothetical. He's only good in fake made-up scenarios, and people think this guy is some world beater, some great quarterback. Every time you watch Herbert in a big game, he wilts under the bright lights. He folds. He crumbles like a damn cookie under all the pressure. And the excuse is, they're already piling in. 4 fucking interceptions. 4. I know the Texans have one of the top defenses in the NFL, but still, this is the playoffs, and you threw 4 interceptions. Oh my God, one of them wasn't his fault. Oh my God, Herbert's my hero. I hate anyone who's defending this guy. Once again, I already know the reasons. I already know one of the main reasons, which is controversial, but still, I don't give a fuck for what reason you're defending him. There's no reason to defend this fucking scrub after this. LA has to move on now. You have to move on. There is literally no point in keeping this guy. He's never won anything. He's going on his 6th year next season. 6 years without winning anything. What does that tell you about him? He's gotten a bunch of coordinators, a bunch of coaches fired, a bunch of players traded, released, cut, whatever the fuck, out the league because of his ineffectiveness in big games, because of his deficiency. I don't get it. Quite frankly, I don't understand why everybody else on the Chargers is continually and constantly scapegoated for no reason whatsoever because of Herbert's bad big game performances and bad playoff performances. You could say in the Jacksonville game that Staley's play calling, or not Staley's play calling, I don't think who gives a fuck, but you could say that the play calling in the Jags game a couple years ago in the playoffs was very conservative in the second half. That's why they lost, but he was literally dinking and dunking. He was not throwing it deep. In this game, he was literally just tossing interceptions. It's like he was scanning for the navy blue jersey to throw it to them. This guy is so comically bad. It's ridiculous. In any sort of big game, under any sort of duress, he is fucking atrocious. Every big game he's played in, he has wilted under the pressure. So why do we continue to have a discussion whether this guy is a top 10 quarterback? He doesn't play like a top 10 quarterback against, top 10 teams, top 10 defenses in the NFL. He should not be in that discussion at all. Remove his name from any top 10 discussion ever until he wins a playoff game at least, which will be never. He'll be like Dan Marino, except at least Dan Marino made a Super Bowl and won playoff games in his entire NFL career. Herbert will be like the modern Dan Marino, who never won a playoff game but gets so hyped up, so talked about because he has this rocket arm, because he's 6'6", and because he's, the star quarterback of a team in LA. I don't care at all. Literally don't care about how he's a rocket arm, how he's tall, how he's mobile for his size, how he plays for an LA team. Literally, do you think I, out of all people, Mr. Fucking Truth, give a single fuck about any of that? That means nothing. The facts are going to remain that Justin Herbert has not won anything in half of a decade in the National Football League. Those are facts. You can't name one meaningful game he's ever won in the NFL. Name one. Name one. I'll wait. I'll sit here all night, all day, all year, all life, waiting for you to name just a single fucking game he's played in that has had any sort of meaning that he has won in his life. In his life. Especially at the NFL level. He's not won a single one. So knock off the top 10 quarterback discussion for Herbert. He might not be top 15. He might not be a top 15 quarterback. The LA Chargers have got to move on from this guy. There's no fucking redeeming quality of this guy at all, other than he beats up on shit teams, beats up on really bad teams, looks great, balls out, looks like a star-stud quarterback who's a beast, and then he just completely crumbles under pressure against a good team. Oh man, I'm getting myself worked the hell up for this video, and for good reason, for very good reason, folks, because Justin Herbert simply cannot be the guy for the LA Chargers moving into the future for this team. He's proven nothing. He is a 5-year quarterback who is literally proven nothing. Oh, but he has good stats all the time. Half of his stats come against teams under 500. Teams that are horrible with no defenses whatsoever. So stats don't matter. Big games, playoffs, those are the games that really matter the most in the NFL. And has he won any of those? No. So why do people like him? Why do people defend him? Why do Chargers fans, why do Herbert fanboys defend Justin Herbert constantly, knowing that he is garbage in any pressure situation? Once again, I know why. I just won't say it in this here video. He is literally a hypothetical, fake, made-up, what-if quarterback. That's who he is. That's who we probably always will be. Half a decade in the NFL, damn near 6 years in this league, not won a thing. What does that tell you about Herbert? Getting coaches, coordinators, players fired off the damn team. No one says a word about that. That's excluded from any conversation regarding Herbert, how he's gotten a bunch of coaches fired, a bunch of players released, cut, traded, all that jazz. So I don't know what discussions we're even having with Herbert anymore. The only discussion we should be having is how he's the biggest choker in the NFL. That's the only discussion that I am willing to have. Because me seeing this guy continuing to shit his pants in any big moment tells me that he does not belong in the top 10 quarterback talk. It's as simple as that, folks. That's the end of this one. Thank you all for watching. This has been Mr. Truth, and this was nothing but the truth.